Yeah, let's play a game. There was a new deck that came out with Pod Decks. So I just wanted to run through it. Don't really have anything tonight, so might as well go and figure something out. But we got my kids this weekend, and my youngest has this crazy looking freaking cat. And I'm picking it up, and it's like a brick. And I guess if you get smacked with this, you may get knocked out, but it's quite interesting. It's a snowman cat with freaking carrot for a nose and all that craziness. Yeah, it's quite interesting. But when I picked it up, I was like, this is hard as a brick. Like, why would you develop a stuffed animal this way and whatnot? But all right, cool. There we go. Oh, you landed right there. Cool. So laying down. But yeah, no, today was a great day. Heading into the weekend. So hopefully you guys have plans for the weekend. Go create memories, go do whatever. But hopefully you had a great day. Yeah, today was just a beautiful day and whatnot. So we'll go through 20 questions. And the new deck is hypothetical questions. And so if you're checking this out on the replay, go ahead and leave your response. Would love to hear what you would do with this. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I won't do 20 cards. Maybe we'll only do 10. We'll find out and whatnot if I can keep track. And so let me see. If you could ask 3 questions to anyone in history, who would you choose and what questions would you ask? Anyone in history. Who would I want to talk to? 3 questions. Let's see here. I would probably let's go with Gandhi. One of the things, go sit down and talk to Gandhi. And the questions that I would ask, I would ask, what is his? Oh man. 3 questions. Let's see here. I guess who he would want to talk to in history and see what he would want to learn from other individuals. If he could really know his legacy, what would he want that to be? And then 3rd question, man. Put me on the spot already. 3 questions. Let's see. 3rd one. What would be the one piece of advice that he would want everybody to have? So that would be the individual that in history, it would be Gandhi. And those would be the 3 questions. But yeah, it's like, man, I went on an interview and the individual that was doing the interview, they're like, I need you to give me questions. I was like, because when I do my interviews, it's very free flowing and whatnot. So it's one of those things. Let's see here. Would you rather be incredibly witty and outgoing or quite incredibly intelligent, or just stay the way you are now? I would stay the way I am right now. Honestly, I enjoy who I am. I love myself. I can make myself laugh. I can make other people laugh. And I don't want to change anything about me. So I'd just be who I am now. That's 2. So let's see here. If you can make one thing taste like another, what would it be? If you could make one thing taste like another, if you could make one thing taste like another, what would it be? Interesting. I don't know. I guess everything tastes like pizza. So everything would just taste like pizza and whatnot. I don't know. Yeah, that's one of those interesting things. It's like, if you had the power to change and make something taste like it would, what would that be? So that's 3. If you could bring back any canceled TV series, which TV show would you choose to bring back? Oh man, I think it'd have to be Family Matters, but it's one of those things when I look too, it's like trying to reflect back on childhoods and whatnot. But man, I didn't really watch a lot of TV. I still don't watch a lot of TV. So canceled TV series, maybe The Ranch, because I got real involved with that on Netflix. So I think that would be one that, with it being canceled, I'd want that to come back. Just great storyline and whatnot. I enjoyed it. What cartoon world do you wish you could live in for a week? For me, it would be Adventure Time. So if you've never seen Adventure Time, very interesting show. I know probably if Jasper catches this out, I'm thinking she's probably choosing Rick and Morty as the cartoon world for herself. And yeah, that or maybe Pokemon. I don't know, just because right now we're doing the unboxing and whatnot. But I think for me, the cartoon world would be Adventure Time. Let's see here. If you could be born again in any country, as any race, and as any gender, what would you choose? As any race and as any gender? Man, you could be born again in any country. Oh, I think somewhere in Europe. I would like to be born again in Europe somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Just because, or Spain. Spain would be awesome because it's interesting when you come across individuals from the Spanish community from Spain and whatnot. They're very prone on taking their holidays and taking naps. So I found that out when I went on one deployment. There were Spaniards there. So it's very interesting in regards to getting to meet different cultures. As any race, I don't know, be myself, be a man. But I think if I could be born again, it'd be into Spain, just because the culture and just the way they look at life, taking it very simple and easy sometimes. So let's see here. I think that's 5. If you had to get a tail, what tail would you want, and what would you use it for? You had to get a tail. I think when I look at it, because my favorite animal growing up were monkeys, and so if I'm thinking about a tail, I'd want to have a monkey tail, just because that's intended that I can utilize to accomplish different things. And so I would have 3 arms with that monkey tail, or 3 legs, or have the tail so I can go chill in trees and just hang around and whatnot. And so I would just use it as an extra appendage to allow me to do some different stuff. Yeah, these questions are so this deck is hypothetical questions, and so it's one of those things that there's not a wrong answer, and so that's the beauty of pod decks. It's some of these off the wall questions. Let's see here. What 2-hour chunk of history would you want a video of if you could have video of any point in history? What are chunks of history would you want? Oh, I think looking at that, like getting video of caveman time with dinosaurs, and really actually seeing how the cave people really lived. Interesting. But yeah, 2-hour chunk of history. Yeah, go back to that time, dinosaurs, actually see what the dinosaurs looked like, because I know we can do the modeling and whatnot to get an idea, but much rather have like the actual real life video and whatnot, and then just to see how cave people interacted and what they were up to and whatnot. All right, let's see. That's 6, I think. What animal would be the cutest if it was the size of a chihuahua? What animal would be the cutest if it was the size of a chihuahua? What the heck is this? What animal? Oh, it'd have to be, well, we already have some. I was going to say it'd have to be a monkey, but we already have some monkeys that are the size of a chihuahua. So, man, to think about that, I would say, man, imagine a miniature giraffe the size of a chihuahua. I think that would be the cutest animal size of a chihuahua would be a giraffe. So, see here. If someone left you a cottage somewhere in the countryside, where would you want the cottage to be located? I think located in Scotland somewhere. Just get to see that culture and just the beauty of Ireland and whatnot, or Scotland. That's where I want the cottage to be, or in the mountains, secluded away from everything. Give up everything. Let's go. If you were head of product development at a fast food chain, what food abomination would you So there was, I think about 2 months ago, we had some sort of question like this when Patrick and I were hanging out with Garrett. And actually, I remember the question was about a sandwich and whatnot. And so there was a time where I was at the schoolhouse instructing our career field for the military and ended up doing a ranch and peanut butter sandwich, which was such an odd combination. And when I look at that, what food abomination would you create? Yeah, I'd throw peanut butter and ranch together. We'd have the secret sauce going on. I don't know what to call that, but man, off the wall craziness going on. So that would be the food abomination I would create. But man, just to think that you have the ability just to throw some crazy shit together. You don't know, but I think some people will be like, "Oh, it'd be some insects," but there is actually a company. I think it's Cowboy Star Crickets. I'm down in Texas, and they actually have fine-tuned with utilizing crickets within different products. So they've actually have grounded up crickets to create a powder for protein and whatnot. And so you throw some of them there too. So some cricket powder with some peanut butter and ranch. Yeah, it'd be nuts and whatnot, but that's for me. I just off the wall craziness anyway. So let's see here. That's 9, I think. How would our view of space change if the moon was actually made of cheese? Oh my goodness. How would our view of space change if the moon was actually made of cheese? I think if the moon was actually made of cheese, it would really make us really do a deep dive and be like, okay, if the moon's made of cheese, what else do we have that these other planets are made of? And so I think it would really jack all of us up if the moon was made of cheese. So I don't know. How would our view of space change? I think it would just increase curiosity with wanting to go explore and see what else is out there that's crazy and off the wall. If you could change what people say after someone sneezes, what would be the funniest thing for people to say? Let's go. Somebody sneezes. Let's go. Like, what? Why? What do we need to let's go for? So I don't know. I was listening to podcasts, it's Flagrant 2 and whatnot, and so they were talking about one of the skits in the they did a Netflix special and whatnot, and supposedly when it got transitioned and translated into different languages, Andrew Schultz was talking about chicken strips, and somehow it got turned into oh man, jiggity gender. I was like, what the? Yeah, so I don't know. We could go too, but change what people say after someone sneezes. What would it be the funniest thing for people to say? Let's go, because we already know I say that, but they'll be like, where are we going? What? Let's see. If you had to do a dance that had never been done in the history of mankind or be killed, what kind of dance would you do? What? If you had to do a dance that had never been done in the history of mankind or be killed, what kind of dance would you do? I'd have to go the flopping fish, like falling on the floor, spazzing out and whatnot. So the flopping fish, they'd be like, what is going on here? Let's see here. What would you do if you were suddenly given world-class hacking knowledge and ability? What would you do if you were suddenly given, man? Ooh, I think if I had world-class hacking knowledge and ability, man, you could do some damage with that. But this is spread the wealth around. Let's get all this money that's being printed and all the cryptocurrency and spread it around. The more the merrier. Let's go. Let's see. What kind of movie or TV show would you make if money skill wasn't an object? What kind of movie or TV show would you make? Oh, man. Woo. I don't know. Because if money and skill wasn't an object, I would still, it'd have to be a talent show. But yeah, if skill wasn't an object, I don't know. What kind of movie or TV show would you make? I don't know for that one. That's kind of a unique thing to really think about. Let's see here. How would the world be different if Zeppelins had caught on and were the dominant form of air travel? Oh my goodness. So if Zeppelins were the dominant form of air travel, it would be a lot slower. I think people would value time more and just take it easy and just go easy and whatnot. I don't know. So, but I think it'd be one of those things that things would just slow down. People would enjoy their time. So that's what I'm thinking there. So that's 15. I think I don't know. Maybe it's more than that. If your dog or cat suddenly spoke one sentence and then never spoke again, what would be the most unsettling sentence they could say? Well, individuals that have cats understand that these cats look at you crazy, and I think if the cat was to say, "We will dominate the world," we'll be like, "Yeah, we already know that." But what would be the most unsettling sentence they could say? Yep, we're your master. you do what we say and you do what we tell you to do. So I don't know, but you look at cats, it's like one of those things that's just like, interesting. Let's see. How would the world change if there was no internal monologue and everything you thought you spoke out loud? Ooh, man. Imagine that if everything you thought you spoke out loud. I think we would have a very different approach on how we speak to ourselves when you think about it, because if your internal monologue is having to be spoken out loud, you're going to be mindful about what you're telling yourself. You're going to be mindful about what you're speaking. So I think we would have a lot of adjustment and growth towards speaking positive to ourselves and being mindful and being kind to ourselves and showing ourselves grace and whatnot. So I think that's how the world would change, because if you had to speak your thoughts and those weren't private, it would be a lot different. It honestly would. How would the world change if mammals, including humans, laid eggs instead of giving birth? What? Oh my goodness. This is like a Rick and Morty situation here. This is like some South Park stuff going on. Let's see. How would the world change if mammals laid eggs instead of giving birth? Well, I'm not a woman, so I don't know how that feels to give birth. But man, imagine us as humans laying eggs instead of doing live births. Imagine how big these eggs would be. We'd have a bunch of big ass shells around and whatnot. I think we would still be doing what we're doing, but we just have a bunch of eggshells lying around. But man, just imagine though how large some of these eggs would be if it was that route where it was an egg birth instead of a live birth. Man, that's interesting to think about. If you could implant one false memory in the minds of everyone in your country, what would that memory be? Oh man, one false memory. Implant a bunch of you're the greatest thing ever, whatever you want, and you'd have these memories playing over, and it'd just feed into the subconscious, and you'd have everybody doing big things and going and becoming limitless because of the memories. If you could choose any job to be replaced by robots, what job would you make obsolete? Obsolete, really? Oh man, if you could choose any job to be replaced by a robot, what job would you make obsolete? Oh man, what could we do? Oh man, I don't know. If you could, let's see, any job to be replaced by robots, what job am I going to make obsolete? Housework, because it would free up time. A lot of people focus on a clean house. Imagine if you had robots that could do that for you. Imagine how much extra free time you could have, and imagine what you could do with that extra free time. So that would be the job, to be replaced by robots doing housework. Let's see here. I think I got 2 more, maybe 3 more. I don't know. If you had to prove you were human and not an AI in 5 minutes via text conversation, how would you do that? Oh man, if you had to prove, we would go with all the catchphrases. Let's go, imperfect action, the Fuji lifestyle, off the cuff, uncommon, collaborate net. Even though you think of AI, though, like you're getting to the point where AI can start mimicking all that too. So that'd be tough. Oh no, I guess we'd have to speak in emoji. No. I think emoji though, because AI doesn't understand emotions, and whatnot. If androids were a thing, how do you think people would treat them? Oh man, how do you think people would treat them? Honestly, I think we'd still be facing what we're facing now, how people treat each other regardless. So I think people would still treat them how they treat other people. If you could call yourself when you were 15 years old for a 20-minute conversation, what would you tell yourself? Oh man, if you could call yourself, I would honestly say keep dreaming, keep up a tip and continue to gotta love. But yeah, I think ultimately at 15 years old, just keep chasing, keep running after your dreams. Love yourself, accept yourself for who you are. Um, Not always gonna be your cup of tea. Don't be full to reject the few to attract the many. Stuff I already say and whatnot. So that would be then a conversation that I'd have with my. If you go back and hands down, win any argument you've had with anyone, what argument would you choose to win? Oh man, like, oh man, I don't know. Arguments just kind of go one ear out the other, so I don't think there would be any that I'd want to go back. I don't know because I can't think of an argument that I'd want to go re. Let's see. Let's see here. Two more. What spot? What sport would you like to compete in professionally if you had the ability and skill to? Honestly, thinking about it, I would say golf because there's a lot of money to be made in there. There's not. There's quite a few people that compete in it, but honestly, when I look at it, it would be golf because all different sports. There's a lot of things that are hard on the body. And golf, one of the things is your back. So you've got to have a strong core and a lower back and whatnot. But golf, because you can make a lot of money in there. Let's see here. What amusement park do you wish existed? I would have to say the amusement park that was in Space Jam. That park there, that would be awesome. But what amusement park do you wish existed? I guess it'd have to be one of those crazy ones that you see in TV shows or cartoons and whatnot. So, yep. So that's just a little taste of that deck hypothetical questions and interesting questions there. So I'm excited to have that part of the arsenal. If, like I said, if you're a content creator, they have the app, and so I highly suggest checking it out. It's a great tool to have. Physical decks too. Right now on the app, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 20 decks on the app right now. And so if you're ever stuck on trying to figure out questions to ask, conversation starters to have in your pocket, right here, this app is your go-to that you don't have to do a lot of thought. You don't have to put in a lot of thought into it because it's already here for you. And the interesting thing is this could be something that maybe you're on a date and you're kind of stuck with what to talk about. Man, this would be a great conversation starter here, honestly, when I look at it, because there is a relationship deck in here. So I don't know. There are some crazy. Let me see what we have here real quick so you can kind of get an idea here. Let's see. Oh, this one right here. What makes you fall out of love? And so that's one of those things that, man, with love and you just gotta be careful on that, because if it's not like a friendship foundational love and it's that puppy dog love and all that craziness, it's not going to be very good. But then for individuals that are content creators and you're like, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what to do for a show, I don't know what to highlight, there's an episode idea deck in here. And so that's another tool that if you ever get stuck and you're like, I don't know what to talk about, well, pull this out. Like this card right here, live one-on-one coaching session. So if you're in that realm, you could do a one-on-one coaching session live. And actually, that's something that Patrick and I have talked about with Two Native Sons, with just some different ideas with as we build our community and as we're building up an email list, having that opportunity where we would do a live coaching session with our community, our family members, our tribe that we're building live. And so that way it's open and people understand and see how we go about our business and how we go about doing that. And just to be open and transparent with everybody. Because like Patrick's talked about, with what we're doing with Two Native Sons, we want to be fully open and transparent so people can see and be like, man, like people say it's hard and people make it so difficult, but we just want to show and share what we're doing and let you know that you can do it too. But that's the thing though, when I look at it, that sometimes we'll hear the idea that everybody can be an entrepreneur, but it does take an individual that has a very strong mental game, mental capability, because being an entrepreneur is not easy. There are days where just shit goes sideways, everything goes crazy. Maybe you're building a business and you're by yourself and you get sick and you could go 3 weeks without focusing on the business, and that can be tough. And that's why I speak on why you're building a business. It's important potentially to come on with a business partner. So that way, if you run into a situation where somebody can't do something for a while, you have your partner that can jump in there and hold the rope, hold the line while you're healing. So perfect example is Patrick and I, when him and Sharon and his family were dealing with getting over and fighting COVID. And so for 3 weeks, he was on the mend. So I was standing strong, holding tight for 2NS. And I just look at it and I'm like, man, if we would have tried this by ourselves and go at it ourselves, that would have been tough, because you miss out on 3 weeks of building a business. That can be detrimental, especially because if you're building a business and then you also have a normal job on the side, that could be a double whammy. And so just some things to think about, some things to consider. But yeah, ultimately this stream here was just, I was like, oh, I just want to do something where I don't have to put a lot of thought in it. Let me just pull up a tool and have that tool handy and ready to go. And bam, Poddex right there. Did what I needed it to. Allowed me just to have this conversation of just some random stuff, some very off the wall stuff. But yeah, it's beautiful just because it does get to show another side of who I am, and just like I said, some crazy stuff. So of course, a lot of people already know. For me, I don't hold anything back. I'm very open and transparent. So, but if you're watching this on the replay, #replay. But any of those questions, if there's anything that you want to share with your answers, would love to hear them. Go ahead and share them. Have anything on your hearts? You have things that you want to accomplish and these goals and dreams. And there's my youngest right there. So sneaking in right now. But yeah, if you got anything, you got a vision, a dream, a goal, reach out to my church, to the Two Native Sons Facebook page, the Instagram page, the YouTube channel. You can send a message there. Twitch. If you're on Twitch, go and like and follow the channel. Same thing with YouTube and whatnot. Go like and follow that channel there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This was a very, I look at it very unique, not the normal typical stuff, which is okay. So other than that, I'll catch you later. Maybe tomorrow, maybe doing a unboxing again with Pokemon cards. So I've got to talk to Patrick, but if that does take place, that will be later tomorrow afternoon, probably after 2:33. But yeah, just part of what we do, just having that fun piece and just doing something that's outside of the business and just being funny. And you already know our reactions when we'll pull out these cards. We'll look and be like, man, really? Like one, like the big one was a trash bag Pokemon. I was like, are we like? So if you're ever in need of some creativity, or you need that spark, the juice to create some creativity, pull out some Pokemon cards and just start looking and be like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it. I can just create some crazy stuff. So other than that, I'll catch you guys later. Appreciate you guys' time. Love you. Peace. Have a great night.